Greetings. I'm here again just for a moment to speak about prophetic affirmations and how we can change our lives by what we say. And I want to start this morning from Hebrews 11:3. Hebrews 11:3 says that the worlds were framed by the word of God. And that word framed in the Greek means to set in order, to equip, to prepare, to make ready. God spoke the world into existence to make it ready by his design, by his will. He spoke it first. He framed the world by what he said. And in the same way, we can frame our world by what God says, by repeating his word, by affirming ourselves in his truth. Ephesians 5:1 says to imitate God. As well, beloved children imitate their father. So we can imitate God. We can say what he says. We can do what he does. We can think as he does. And we do all of that by reading the word, praying the word, and speaking the word over our lives. And as we speak them, it will reshape our thoughts, renew our minds, help our beliefs, make us stronger, prepare us for the purpose that God created us for, help us to walk in the design that he ordained for our lives. We can speak those things that are not as though they were. Just like God spoke into the darkness that hovered over the waters and said, "Let there be light," we can do the same things with our lives. We can speak life and light into every dark situation. We can speak promise and purpose into what seems like empty places. Even if we don't see anything going on, we speak it until it happens, just as our Father did. And I want to use some scriptures to help us speak about how important our words are. From Hebrews 11:3, Romans 4:17, and Ephesians 5:1. And these scriptures say, reading them all together, the worlds were framed by the word of God. He called those things which did not exist as though they did. Therefore, be imitators of God. Copy him and follow his example. As well, beloved children imitate their father. And I just want you to ponder over what I'm saying as I just speak some statements about how important our words are and what we can say over ourselves, even to get us to a point to speak over situations. We can begin to just speak about how important our words are. My words have creative ability. I say what God says about me. I say what God says about my situation. I frame my world with the word of God. I speak things that I may not see. I speak things that I may not feel. I call into existence those things God has put into my heart. I call into existence the promises of God. I speak words that build me up and not tear me down. I speak words that line up with the will of God. I speak words that transform my life. I speak words that renew my mind. If you're not saying anything else, start from there. Start by saying, these are the words I speak, until you begin to speak those words. My words have creative ability. My words have creative ability. Yes, my words have creative ability. I say what God says about me. I say what God says about my situation. I say what God says about the plans and purposes for my life. I call into existence those things I want to happen. I call into existence the promises and plans of God. I call into existence those things God has spoken to my heart. I call into existence those things that God says about his children. I imitate my Father. I do what he does. I think as he does. I speak as he does. I frame my world with his word. And that's what a prophetic affirmation does. You speak those things, you affirm yourself and what God has said. Join me again, and I'll explain a little bit more about prophetic affirmations. And don't forget to subscribe.